What's up, everyone? In this video, I'm going to show you how to install your spare tire. So let's say I have a flat tire, but that's no big deal since I have a spare in the trunk. So since I'm changing this tire on gravel, I want to add either a piece of board or plywood underneath the jacking point, wide enough for the jack so we can jack the car up. We need to support the jack for obvious reasons with it being on gravel. So since I'm going to be jacking the car up, I'm going to place some chocks underneath both rear tires. If you have a manual transmission, you want it to be in first gear. And I'm going to put on the parking brake. One of my jacking points on this car is right here. This is on the driver's side, right behind the front tire, and beneath the driver door. Alright, so I have my jack out. I'm going to lower it all the way and slide it underneath the jacking point. So just cut out right in the middle on top. That's where that lip of that jacking point is going to go. I'm just going to raise the jack by hand to get it started. Now before I jack the car up, I'm going to loosen the lug nuts. On this car, it's a 21mm socket, or you can use a tire iron like I'm using here. So I'm not going to take the lug nuts off right now, I'm just going to get them loose. Alright, so it's time to open the trunk and look underneath that mat and get our spare tire out. My spare tire is held down by this bolt, so I'm just going to undo that. Alright, so on my handle, I'm just going to hook it onto the jack, as you see right there. And it's time to lift the jack. So now that the car is jacked up, it's time to take off those lug nuts. Now, it's worth mentioning that a spare tire or a donut is to be used only temporary. It is not meant for long term. Once you remove the lugs, then you can pull the tire off. And then we're going to put on the spare. These spare tires are so small and so lightweight, you won't have any problem trying to put it back on there. And then you want to put the lug nuts back on there and get them hand tight. So I'm going to get my tire iron and run up these lugs to where they're pretty snug. When tightening up these lug nuts, you want to use a star pattern. This will make sure that the load of the wheel mounting surface is distributed evenly. After your lugs are tight, it's time to lower the jack. Once the car is lowered and the tire is on the ground, you want to go back over your lugs and make sure that they're tight. And then it's time to put up our jack. You can find most jacks in the trunk, like mine is to the side and this little compartment. Yours may be under the mat where the spare tire is. If you're not sure where your jack is, you can check your owner's manual, or you can Google it. And that's it. If you found this video helpful, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe.